Welcome back, adventurers. My name is Eli, the Game Master, and this is A Good Day to Die. Last we left off, the group had made it into the heart of the Great Tree. There, the Saloon, the necromantic druid, took it upon himself to fuse with the Great Tree to try to purge the black blood out of it and to purify the sacred site. However, they were set upon by the rest of the druid colony that had been infected with the black blood. As battle began to take place, Manzarek took it upon himself to take Saloon's place into the Great Tree, being accepted as it were, and yes, and disappearing from then on. Just to clarify, Max had some family thing that he needed to take care of and will no longer be joining us for at least a little while. So Manzarek has moved on, and the rest of the group must soldier forth without him.
There's no dinosaur now.
There's no dinosaurs. We are down one dinosaur, and that is entirely too few dinosaurs for this campaign. However, Alamon, in his madness, was asked to do something, raised his hands towards the sky, and opened a portal into the dream world, which is normally inaccessible. However, the Great Tree rested upon a nexus point between the Fey realm, the dream world, and the material plane. Upon opening this portal, the group was sucked into it, and we're going to go ahead and pick it up there. We're going to do something a little different at the beginning, however. The group is divided.
How?
Not all of you are together. However, Dr. Tone, Perry, and Taris are all together.
I don't have a scene for that one.
You hadn't seen that coming.
Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see this live update.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
I still need figures out how to build a scene.
Oh, that's pretty easy. If only he was tech savvy.
Right? Be like the editor that doesn't exist.
I do need a keyboard though.
Don't
Just
stand
stop
right
putting
there.
down tokens.
Stop!
Now.
Oh wait, I'm not there. I don't care.
No, that's the problem. You're not there.
Yeah, we're not
It's
gonna
a
do so
problem.
well without you.
Yeah, for y'all.
We don't have tanks.
Oh, I don't have heals.
Yeah, fast healing.
It's
much as he hurt me for.
moderately fast.
They want tanks, but no tanks.
Proud of that one. aren't
Thank you. Come again.
So the last thing, Perry and Dr. Isaac, the last thing you two remember is as this rift was opening up above you, you felt the ground beneath you leave as you were drawn up into the air and through this void. You feel this concussive pulse roll through you as a wave of different sensations wash over your entire body. Everything from hot, cold, chilling until numbness and darkness overtakes you. You wake up in a daze, your eyes struggling to focus as you feel a hard wooden surface beneath you. Your world is spinning and you hear the distorted voices of several different creatures around you. Dr. Tone, you feel your wings being extended from your back as one of the figures turns to the others and says something that you can't quite make out in your daze. And the others laugh in response. Perry, you feel your handy haversack leave your shoulder.
No.
As it is raised up, one of the figures opens it, reaching into it, and you hear him immediately cry out as he draws his hand back, and Robbie is hanging from his middle finger as he shakes him loose. Robbie hits on top of you, and you feel two little paws start to rock your head as he says, "You need to wake up, and you need to wake up now!"
What's going on?
As you look around, you see that you are on the deck of what looks to be a ship. However, instead of the typical wooden railing that surrounds the perimeter of the ship, these railings are made of metal. Instead of the sound of crashing waves against the hull, you only hear a high-pitched wind rolling over you. Instead of the sound of creaking timbers and riggings and the flare of sails, you hear a deep mechanical hum from what seems to be massive fans that extend off of either side, the port and starboard side, of this ship. You hear the deep mechanical hum, and you see these massive gears rising up out of the deck of the ship and rolling back down with these high-pitched clinking noises. The crew steps back as they look down at all of you as you start to regain yourself. Hey, boys! Looks like they're back to life!
I reach to grab my pack back.
He looks and he watches you do so. He says, curious question. What are you three doing here? As you look around, you see Taurus is with you as he's rubbing his head, and he looks up and he's like,
Identify what they are?
You may!
And identify where we are.
You may!
What would that be for the what they are?
It would be knowledge nature for most of them.
And the where? Planes?
23.
With a 23 looking about, you see that most of these creatures are humanoid in shape, but not necessarily human. Some of them have skin tones that shift anywhere between blues and purples. You see that there is one dwarf among them, just purely a dwarf, but two of them are human, and the other two are, as previously described, humanoid with the shifts of blues and purples in their skin.
Planes?
You may. Ooh, he's excited about it.
24.
With a 24, as you kind of stand up and look about, you are astonished by what you see. First, you are in the air, aboard this massive craft of some kind that is hovering in place. It is not in any one real direction. It just simply hovers in the air. Looking up, which is the first thing that you notice because you're kind of like, where are we? And you look up, you see off in the distance these metallic structures that are spiraling upwards, and they ascend up into what looks to be a cloud, into like a pure clouded sky. You see no break, you see no sunlight, but everything is illuminated as if there is constant sun. Looking down, you see these spiraling structures descend down into what looks to be a sea of white mist. The sea of white mist extends as far as the eye can see until the distance obscures your vision. You see what looks to be the canopy of a tremendous tree rising out of the mist like some kind of terrible monster from an ocean of obscurity. This tree looks sort of like the top of the great tree, like what you'd imagine the top of the great tree to look like if you ever saw it from this angle, except it is not silver in color. The colors shift over a prismatic array from one end to the other, and you feel as if you were to move, that color would shift with it. And this canopy of the tree extends out once again as far as the eye can see. It does kind of bow in a certain spot and extends out in either direction before rising up and bowing down again. Says one of the passengers of this ship that has accosted you looks and says, "We don't tolerate stowaways on this ship."
Not stowaways. Teleportation, magic gone wrong.
However you got here is irrelevant.
Diplomacy of a 31.
31?
Yeah.
He says, how you got here is irrelevant. He says, stowaways you may not be, but you still need to pay price for passage. Tharis kind of stands up and he says, get your hands off me. Is he like, excuse me.
Couple of questions. What is the name of the ship we're on?
They tilt their head. They say, welcome to the Paradox, one says.
Neat. How much is the fare?
He puts a pistol in your face. We'll say all of your magic items. Robbie goes, don't, that's not a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'll be willing to trade you a musket ball for them.
Where
The others start to draw knives and swords.
exactly are we?
They don't look keen on talking, but you can try to coax them with diplomacy if you'd like.
I mean, like, I'm more shell shocked of like yeah, there's combatants, but like, where are we?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that one?
I was gonna try to help.
Listen
but-
here, you're going to tell
Listen
me.
here, tell me where you are.
Also, I failed you. I described where you were, but you rolled for Knowledge Planes.
I did.
You do recognize where this is. More so than that, you know exactly where in the where you are. This is the plane of dreams. The plane of dreams is a difficult plane to physically manifest on. One of the most difficult to do so, as a matter of fact. However, the plane of dreams can be visited through astral projection or even simply lucid dreaming. However, to physically be there is a rarity, something that neither of you have ever heard of. You recognize where you are is the inner sphere of the plane of dreams. In the inner sphere of the plane of dreams is a massive tree. This massive tree mirrors the same one in the material plane, however, with some key differences. One of them being that this is an anchor point to the realm of dreams. Everything comes from here and goes outward. It does connect between the plane of dreams, the Fey world, and then the material plane, or vice versa if you flip it upside down. It's a 9x10 pan. It looks like this. You could use a 10x9 pan, but it would look more like this. And so you are in effectively the upside down of reality.
So,
However, the mist is not something that you recognize. You do know that those spiraling structures that extend up extend to different realms in the plane of dreams. To you, they look like they are ascending straight up, but in reality, they're extending outward. Because where you are is a sphere to the base of the tree.
so if I was to just jump off the ship and plummet straight down.
You would hit the tree and die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Gravity works just the same.
wings just flying.
Yes, but that is a thing you could do.
It may be my option.
So with your nat 1
On diplomacy.
on diplomacy,
Uh-huh.
they say, time's up, buddy.
Plan dreams, plan dreams, plan dreams.
We've made it, Taylor says. Gentlemen, do you know what this means?
I try to focus really hard
No, of course you don't know.
and make myself larger.
Do you, though?
I do. I don't know. With my thoughts and dreams. I'm in the dream world.
Oh, you tried to lucid dream?
Yeah.
You tried to do that thing? Go ahead and roll me... Yeah, roll me knowledge dreams. Or knowledge...
Dreams.
Knowledge dreams. Knowledge the planes.
Nah, that's a 9.
Yeah, you are
That's what I'm
trying
trying
that
really
thing.
hard.
They like...
Just wait. Did we all group figure?
I think Tayrus draws a potion from his bag. He says, I think we all just need to calm down. He says, and have a drink. He hands it to you. And he said, and we will try to resolve this like gentlemen. Get his smoke out. You may.
Knowledge alchemy.
You may.
31.
Wow.
25.
These are high-level rolls. He handed him a potion of haste. I crafted that when I leveled up.
So he said, quick, drink.
Cheers.
You are now hasted. As you take a half a step forward, you begin to blur. The crew takes a half step back looking at you like, why? The one with the pistol to your face looks over. Roll me sense motive.
Uh-oh.
It's the... Please. That's a 27.
He does a few things good.
With sense motive?
Yeah.
They are staggered, theatrically so, by what's just happened. But you can tell as soon as they regain their senses, they're going to take that as an initiative of combat. So essentially, you have the surprise round. If you would like to act in it.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Cool. Never mind. And they all have their weapons drawn.
Yes.
I've been holding on to a spell from like the very beginning that I just want to try once.
Do it.
If you'd like to roll for initiative, you may.
And
Peace bond, but they've already got their weapons drawn. So it would prevent them from drawing a weapon.
Don't do it.
Oh, Taris, you mad lad.
they need a will save?
Hmm?
It's a will save, ain't it?
Yeah, it prevents them from drawing a weapon. That would be kind of cool in a diplomatic scenario.
22, you say?
I like the jig.
Hang on.
17.
Nice.
I know, right?
You rolled an 18.
I have to earn my high rolls.
You
Thank
did
you.
not. You rolled a 17.
Oh. You don't get a negative anymore.
I don't. That happened at level 4.
I don't get too bad.
No, level 8.
Surprise round from what just happened. Taris,
Oh,
yes, is going first. They are everywhere.
5 foot step.
Yeah.
5 foot step. I'm flanked with that guy.
He's going to full round withdraw.
Oh, buddy.
He's going to move over here, and he is going to study that guy.
Study him good.
Sorry, real good.
Perry.
I think I'm just going to attack the guy in front of me with my dagger.
You may.
Because he would be flat-footed, correct?
Oh, yes.
Cool.
So flat-footed.
So let's try this here. Ooh. Well, does a 22 hit his flat-footed AC?
It do.
Nice.
It would have hit his regular AC.
Nice. Sorry for what's about to happen. This would be like one of the few times I've actually used my dagger to do damage. 4, 10. 27 points of damage for the first attack. I get a second one that's hasted, right?
Hmm?
Yeah.
If you make a full round.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage?
27 on the first one.
Oh, that's so damage.
Second one, ooh, maybe not. Is a 17 hit his flat-footed.
A 17, you say?
Yeah, flat-footed.
Yes, it do.
26.
26 damage?
Yes. Specifically seeking out his vital areas.
You grab him by the shoulder. He looks at your hand and looks up at you as you... You just have moved so fast. He looks down as you see the red spots begin to swell in his clothing. He looks up and he goes, ow, as he drops to the ground.
Effectively out of combat.
Yes.
Noise.
Dr. Isaac.
Couple of things. Can I take a 5 foot step back away from that man's? Away, so I'm not in base combat. Yeah, that there. I'm going to ready a cast a spiritual weapon. If it needs to come to that, and I'm like, gentlemen, there's no need for more bloodshed. Let us settle this, as Taylor said, like gentlemen. Rolling diplomacy. I rolled around 10 this entire time, which isn't a bad number to roll around. 25.
End up Shawshank like your friend here.
You feel like that would have had some weight if one of their men wasn't just murdered.
Okay.
By a child.
So my ready cast will be the moment I see them go to attack us, the spiritual weapon will summon, and then immediately gets two attacks.
Okay. So that is the end of the first round. Surprise round is up. Taris is going to take a free 5 foot step, and with his studied opponent is going to attack. Hello.
Hi.
That will strike his opponent. dealing a
So jaunty.
It is.
number of damages. Second attack. That will not strike us, but wait.
500 still.
That he is. Well said. Oh, so much better.
Oh, that's right.
They're still 5-footed, as long as they don't go before you.
He does not down his opponent, but he does slice into him with expertise from his cane sword. The pirate looks down at himself as he grabs his wound, stumbling backwards. Parry.
Can you take me a 5-foot step closer to my opponent? That is, yep. And the first attack.
Attack.
My flat-footed opponent
Yes.
will be a 29.
Yes.
And the second attack would be a 17 flat-footed.
Yes.
All right.
Oh no.
Finish. Okay. Only 19 on the first one.
Okay.
The first one?
And 21 on the second.
Oh, he is still alive. No. As you take a step back, your cloak just kind of flaring. As you stab, the pirate leans against some kind of odd mechanism at the head of the ship. He hits it, and you see it glow in response to his touch. As he slides and he sits on the ground, he looks up at you. I yield, he says, barely maintaining himself.
Yeah, kind of like this smirk, like, yeah, you do.
I bet you do.
Yeah, you do.
My ranged action is if they attack.
Oh, yeah. So he will move there. Your ready action goes off.
Put him betwixt. Let me just use this.
Sure.
Betwixt
in between.
the two of them. Sure.
The one on the ground looks up at that weapon that just manifested and goes, I yield.
So my chain comes out, and I was like, I take your yield, and it'll swing at the guy who just ran up to parry.
Alrighty.
This is a 21.
21 will strike your opponent.
Did he move to my combat? Threaten square?
No, I counted out
Okay,
intentionally to move him
Sorry,
around.
That's only a 16 on the second swing.
16 on the second swing will not hit his not flat-footed AC.
I need to use spiritual weapon more often. 10 points of force damage. Specifically.
Oh!
Use the force.
That's so damage.
Let's try, man.
So damage, much hurt. Pretty 5-foot step. Oh, well, it's not his turn. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta attack me with the other guy.
Yeah. Okay. The other guy runs up to you. Does a 20 hit you?
Just.
Dealing 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As he steps up with his rapier cutting across your back.
I forgot I was damaged already. I'm a lot less confident.
This guy takes a free 5-foot step.
Oh no.
You are flanked.
I am flanked.
Plus 2 to their attack.
Yes. Everything's terrible.
That's awesome.
Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Oh, that's not good. Luckily, he doesn't have a second attack.
Oh.
That's good for us.
As the one with the rapier cuts you across the chest, sending you stumbling, the one steps up behind you. He swings. You see it just out of the corner of your eye as you duck, and he swings above your head. This guy is going to attack Taris because...
Screw that guy.
Stop stabbing me. Oh, Taris. Why? That will hit Taris.
Oh.
So much Taris. Dealing 9 points of damage. I forgot Taris was hurt too.
Yeah.
How hurt are you? Percentage-wise?
Not half.
How hurt is Taris, percentage-wise?
He's still in the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, if I can, I'll call out to Taris to take a 5-foot step toward me. For no reason in particular.
Okay. Top of the round, Taris. He's going to take a free 5-foot step.
Towards me. Yeah.
There gives him the flank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I figured.
I got you, buddy. He's still studied, so he would still have
Yeah, he would still attack the one that he studied. How'd you get it? Nat 20?
Noise.
Crit threat, roll to confirm. It's not a great confirmation. However, that will still confirm.
Neat.
Yeah, his first attacks.
His study target?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Everything's going to hurt now.
My back
He's
hurts.
about to discover vital organs this guy didn't know he had.
One he did.
And when he did.
He lays the cane sword on the shoulder of the pirate in front of him. He takes a kind of sweeping sidestep as he, with a flare, throws the blood off of his blade across the deck of the ship. He resets it into his cane. I'm still fighting, but that looks cool.
Harry. Thank you, Taylor, for the assist. And I attack the one between the two of us.
You may.
When Perry remembers, he is a rogue.
I am a rogue. They do it 627 for the first attack.
27 will strike your opponent.
Let me go ahead and do damage just in case.
Go for it, my guy.
3, 4, 5, 6. Only 14 points of damage. Is that enough?
No.
Okay, then my second attack is higher. 29. Is it 1?
No.
So I've done
It's in
more
the
than
teens.
1. Okay. 10, 13, 14, 18,
Yeah, that was that number.
5.
The pirate that is currently flanked by you and Tayrus turns to face Tayrus as he just goes, ah! And he turns and looks at you as you just kind of like scream ghost face, clean off your blade. It's like, ah! And drops.
Thank you, Dave.
The pirate that is still in active combat is going to attack you.
You don't wish to yield.
I am uninjured, buddy. I am full. Oh god.
Full of confidence.
Full
Huh?
of 14 points of confidence. As he thrusts at you, the blade goes into your chest and out of your back. As your kind of after image is stepped to the side.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Dr. Isaac.
I'm just going to quickly check to see if spiritual weapon can move. I think it can. Would you argue that my spiritual weapon counts for flanking in terms of him?
Yeah, it's a threat and square, I would assume.
I cannot make opportunity attacks with it.
Yeah, I've got a knife thing that Twilight knife. That counts for flanking too.
That was going to be the next book, but they decided
just,
against it.
Stop it at 3.
I was going to say the 4th book, but I couldn't remember how many books there have been because I've never read them.
Sure.
We'll just say it gets a move. I can redirect it to attack. And as a flying weapon, it can just go off the deck of the ship. Why do you do this to me?
Oh no.
This is the second time it's done this to me. It gets 1 attack. That's a 20 to hit.
Yes.
9.
9 points of damage.
Yep.
No, I meant no.
He is still standing.
However, I get to go.
Crossbow.
It's me.
I know that guy yielded, but here's a grenade. This isn't directed at you, sorry.
He's got 1 point of health left.
It's more like
I
to whom it
do
may
call
concern.
out, it is now the time you should probably surrender like your other friend. However, seeing as though my friends are currently injured, how long was this after the fight under the tree?
Immediately.
Because I had activated my cleric, my mutagen. So is that still going on?
Probably about
I would
a minute of talking.
Yeah.
and coming to
So
coming
10
to-
rounds.
It lasts minutes per level, so I
Oh yeah, you still got it.
yeah, okay. Neat.
Yeah, because you had appeared on this ship in a daze, and they were in the process of robbing you.
Until they got robbed.
Till they got Robbie back.
I rolled so many more.
It
than
became
you.
a Robbie snack. With a Robbie attack.
From the Robbie pack.
That is, where is this 24 points of healing to everyone but the pirates.
The pirate laying on the ground goes, ah, oh.
No, but
As I rolled 3 6s.
Nice.
My first decent channel.
I'm good now for a minute.
In how many episodes?
I don't want to say.
29.
Is that-
However, in terms of channels, I have one more channel.
Nice. There's a channel 3.
Do you take any other actions?
Boo.
Can I half move action pull out the rope?
You may.
And then I'm going to move 5 feet.
Does it take a move action to move the guy?
It does take a move action.
So
I don't have any move actions.
No.
Can I just, as a standard, I don't have a standard. I do nothing. I
great.
just
You're
sit
just
here.
trying to milk those actions.
He is now.
I'm used to playing Horace the Bard.
So good.
Time to. I know there's only one of him, but he is about to murder. Taurus runs up to the other pirate, and he is not steadied, so it's going to do substantially less damage. That will still strike his opponent.
Nice.
As he runs up, thrusting the blade into the other pirate winces, looking down and then back up at him, and he goes, "I'm not built for combat. This is all I got." Perry.
I mean, that's valiant effort. Coming from a child.
I drink and know things.
I don't drink and know things. I drink occasionally and know things. Does a 19 strike my opponent? My flank. Does a 21 strike my flanked opponent?
Yes.
I do give him one last chance. Yield now.
Roll me either intimidate or diplomacy.
So I'm about to slice nat 20 in diplomacy.
Wow. So you swing your dagger. It stops right at his neck as you hear his weapon hit the ground. He looks behind you.
What's behind me?
Do you look behind him?
Yeah.
When you do so,
I'm
you
not falling for that. I try that all the time.
you see over a dozen pirates come flooding out from these hatches here.
Noise.
They began to form a line on the back of the ship.
Hopefully not with muskets and
Oh,
handguns.
all the weapons. You see everything from muskets to crossbows, even some of them holding spells as they look over the three of you. Taurus goes, he looks over the edge. No, that's a bad idea. No, it's a bad idea.
I look at him, hold up my potion of ale. We good.
It's really not that bad of an idea.
You hear these thudding footsteps that seem to echo out over the sound of the hum of the fans and the whirling of the machines.
Can I reposition myself in this moment to, like, kind of knock the guy on his knees and have the blade to his neck
Sure.
facing them?
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
Spiritual weapons cannot give flanking bonuses.
Okay.
Well, it didn't matter at this moment. It might have, but it didn't.
So, just for future reference.
The heavy footsteps echo out on the metal plating, and you see behind the front line, the heads and hats of pirates begin to move and make way as the crowd parts, and you see a creature make its way through this, through the crew. He steps up. He is wearing a captain's jacket. It is a sickly green color with what might have been at one time gold edging, but now is just like a dull off yellow. He has a matching tricorn hat and slacks that drop down but are tattered at the end. His feet end in cloven hooves, and his arms end in massive hands that end with clawed fingers. His head looks something between a reptile and a canine, with a muzzle that extends out and a mouthful of teeth that are far too numerous to be contained by his lips. He has two red eyes on either side of his head and long pointed ears that extend up past the edge of his cap. As he stands up, and he looks to be completely unarmed, he says, "Gentlemen," as he holds his hands out to either side, he says, "This is no way to treat our new guests." You see the crew kind of look at each other as they slowly begin to lower their weapons. He says, "Please excuse the intrusions. My crew isn't used to
physical form simply manifesting on the deck of the ship.
Neat. Can
That-
I identify
that is
who and or
fair.
what this is?
There is no possible way to know who this is, but to know what this is would be a knowledge, either the planes or religion.
The planes. 17. I've rolled 10 consistent.
You have no idea what this is.
Awesome.
26 religion.
With a 26 religion, you do know what addresses you. This is the extraplanar version of the material world's ghoul. Where ghouls are mindless undead that can speak but are driven simply by hunger. This is something called a lingul. This is where the ghoul disease originated from, is linguls traveling to the material world.
Like from the plane of Ling.
From the plane of Ling.
Bowling.
Not the Biling.
Linguls are intelligent, morosely so. They find fascination in anything of the macabre, the disturbing, or evil dark forces.
They're emo.
Not so much, more goth.
Oh,
Linguls are often known to have extensive libraries on dark subjects and evil forces, and are uncharacteristically hospitable towards extraplanar travelers. Not all linguls are evil, however, the vast majority of them are. And you got a what again? 26?
Yep.
You may ask one question about linguls.
Oh, no. Doing a bit of quick math there.
oopsie daisy.
Can I get more information about their hospitality towards interplanar travelers and what that might consist of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think that's pretty relevant in this scenario. Like
Not
what their
even
what their
close.
typical intent might be with that. That might be more of an individual
Doesn't even matter.
person type role, but that is where we're at.
It's to feast.
Oh, we're dinner.
You're gonna have it for dinner.
So, linguls often find interest in extraplanar travelers because extraplanar travelers typically have magics and knowledges from other planes of existence that they find either useful or fascinating. Linguls very, very rarely do something for free. They don't do charity or anything out of the kindness of their dark, rotted hearts. Yes. But if there is kind of a quid pro quo or a mutual agreement that you can reach with a lingul, he definitely knows that honey lures flies more than vinegar.
Good to know.
I know.
Good
So
to know.
seeing that you have bested the few members of his crew as you have, and the fact that you are riddled with magical equipment, he
is interested.
is interested. You know you've probably sparked his interest.
Okay.
So I kind of have my hands in there. Not a full, like, surrender, but kind of like a, I mean, you know of their heart. My spiritual weapon would come back to me, kind of float there. Because I have to command it to return to me.
We'll go ahead and remove the dagger and kind of like kick the crewmate forward.
Taurus is kind of taking a step back, and you see him sheath his sword, and he looks not intimidated, but very cautious of the captain.
He says, "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Grath of the Paradox."
Neat ship.
Thank you. It's one of my own design. Something that I've taken great pride in constructing over many, many human years.
He says as he begins making his way casually towards you.
I would move next to Perry. If it matters.
The clank of hooves on metal turn into thuds of wood as he makes his way over to you, and he reaches out and he grabs the two crew members that you had hostage, right? He stands them up. He says,
Extraplanar travelers such as yourself shouldn't be taken so lightly.
he presses his claw into the chest of one of the crew members. The crew member looks down as he cuts, and you see that crew member immediately seize up. He reaches over. The other one says, no, 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 as he cuts him across the face, and he begins to seize up as well. Both of them drop to the ground. He raises a hand as the other crew members begin to come and take away the dead and those two that are paralyzed by his touch. He says,
And again, allow me to extend an apology. I would ask you to join me for dinner, so that we may discuss what has brought you here to the realm of dreams, and more specifically to my ship.
Of course. Let me not be rude and not give you a name. Dr. Isaac Tone, at your service.
A pleasure.
You may call me Perry.
he nods. Professor Terrace.
So,
What does one eat in the plane of dreams?
whatever you desire. My crew has fine taste.
You see them kind of look over at each other as they all begin to disperse, and they're kind of like, yeah, Captain's got this. When he's next to you, the sacred sweet smell of decay permeates off of him. He stands probably just over 6 feet tall.
Doesn't faze me.
That's a normal Tuesday.
Yep.
He says,
He's not there.
If you would, gentlemen, join me below deck, and we can discuss things further on what you are to do next.
Who am I to refuse a dinner date with the captain?
as he begins to walk away.
I follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, I think it would be wise for us to acquiesce.
Of course.
Terrace kind of like watches this. He says, "Gentlemen, I would like to assure you that this isn't going to be out of hospitality or charity. The captain wants something from us, and we have to keep that in mind."
Of course.
So
I'm used to
hold your
working-
information close, because it could be currency in this moment.
I'm used to working with devils. This guy, I'm sure, is akin to that.
Outer plane creatures are their own kind of special, disturbing.
I give him kind of a, I know.
Oh boy. As he begins to follow Captain Grath below deck.
He is a lingual, by the way. But there's only one of them, so don't worry.
There are two of them. Maybe bilingual.
Exactly.
The joke got better the second time.
You just hear me fall over, and you're like, I'll eventually hear the sound of wings. I will eventually hear the sound of wings, and there are no sound
They
of
never
wings.
came.
Oh no.
It was a dream.
I was the dream all along.
This is the real world. We've been in the dream world all along.
The real treasure is the dreams you made along the way.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Those nightmares suck. Crap.
I don't know, nightmares
You've
on
done
this
it
plane
so
of
often, I
existence
just
might be
haven't.
important to know about. Nightmares on this plane of existence might be important to know about.
Physically,
Yes. Yes.
there's a nightmare creature.
Esoteric nightmares. For
Ancient.
instance.
Ancient esoteric nightmares. It's just a really old horse. It has a limp and when it's cute.
Brings out wheelchairs.
And it dresses up really, really fabulously.
Is it being a man bun?
Are you going to the other group or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it just has a giant pathway in the middle of the ship.
Where
It's the closest thing I could do to a giant branch.
That's fair.
Ragnar. Your eyes flutter open in a daze as you are trying to regain your senses and come about. You feel the ground beneath you, and it is hard and rough. You kind of push yourself up, kind of shaking your head, and you realize that it is tree bark, but it extends out for several feet in either direction before abruptly rounding and falling off to either side with this bright white mist that completely covers anything to either side of it, and obscures any vision to what might be below you. Looking up to the sky, you see the under canopy of that tree that I have described. You don't get a great view of anything beyond that from where you are right now, but you do see that there are openings to either side that would allow you to see the sky they're in. Looking out, though, you do see those spiraling structures that drop down into the bleak mist. As you kind of take this moment, you feel a hand grab you by the face. As Ragnar turns your head to look at him, he grins, that black ichor rolling down from his eyes, nose, mouth, and ears far more than it ever had before. His joints distended by that same ooze as he grabs you, and he is wearing your axe. And you realize in that moment you're not the one that has it.
Wake up, Ragnar!
As he lets go of you.
Where are we at?
We are the closest thing to home we can be.
How do you have the axe?
Oh, Ragnar. The whole reason you're able to wield the axe without negative effects is because I took it, not you. And so, in moments like this, it's only appropriate that I wield what's mine.
Okay.
But that's not important, Ragnar. What is important is this is a great opportunity that you have to experience the strength I've promised you firsthand.
Show me.
He extends his hand and he points. I need you to roll me a perception check.
16.
It's good enough.
I rolled a 3.
You kind of still a little dazed and looking around. You do see a figure off in the distance, wearing tattered clothes, gripping their head and looking around. With that 16 perception, you hear this figure moaning out as if in distress, and that same sound is resonating through the mist all around you. As if that same thing that everyone has been saying, a multitude crying out in agony, as if you found it.
It didn't used to be this way, Ragnar. The plane of dreams and the great tree. It used to be beautiful, something anyone can see. But now, since the other heads have done this, have started to awaken, it's turned.
He reaches, extending his long arm into the mist and cupping that mist and pulling it up.
He says, shrouded, as it were, by this fog. Do you know what the plains of dreams is, Ragnar?
Usually dreams are nice or far-fetched, but not the plains of.
No. The plane of dreams have manifested because of the great old ones. Eternally asleep, drifting in the dark tapestry beyond time, space, and the other realms of existence. Their dreams have manifested to this.
So they created the dream realm.
No, Ragnar. We created the dream world. You're part of it now. Too far gone, as it were. Fused into that same tapestry, woven into the darkness, and a great opportunity you find yourself here. To understand it as no mortal has before.
You see that ichor pouring between the grooves of his teeth.
You said other. What do you mean by other heads? What do you mean I'm abound to this endlessness as the old ones?
He reaches into his pack and he draws out Melchior's head.
He says, Melchior was one of the heads. You've removed it, taken it from him. There are 3 more, Ragnar, plus the door that needs to be shut. I've kept this information from you because no one else needs to know it, but we're so close now. I need your help. And I can manifest a promise to you right now.
You need my help?
Of course, Ragnar.
Let me guess. We're in the plane of dreams. We're not together, fused into one, correct?
We are. I'm just able to manifest outside. No one here can see me or interact with me but you, Ragnar.
Interesting.
Roll me a will save.
Will 10 save? Total of 20. Wait,
With it-
hang on. I have other things activated real fast. Let me turn those off. Alright. I'm not clicking on it. I want to make sure it's correct. 'Cause I don't think it's
Is it above 15?
Yes. barely.
Okay. So
I had a lot of extras on it, so that's why I wanted them all off.
I got you. You look at him, and you notice in this moment, he is also transparent. You look to the man that's stumbling alongside the tree, and it's in that moment you realize that that is real. The person stumbling around the tree, even though transparent, is anchored here. Ragnar isn't. Reaching behind you, you grip the shaft of your axe. You kind of grab it, look up at Ragnar, and you see the axe is no longer on his back.
Neat trick, Ragnar, but it doesn't change anything. I am real, but we are still bound forevermore. I am simply a humble servant to you to bring you closer to what true power is, Ragnar.
Can you at least answer one thing?
Of course.
I'm gonna take off the wrap that's on my arm and still see the tattoo. How is it that I'm not a part of my tribe? I specifically remember being rejected, and I still have my arm.
Oh, Ragnar, I haven't anything to do with that. What happened there was your own doing. Something you've lost in your rage. Your memories are muddled, as it were. They allowed you to leave because of what you were capable of. They were afraid to take it from you, Ragnar. They were afraid of how strong you were. Unknowing that you were in such a weakened state after our fusion. But you're strong as now as you ever were.
I'm saying I'm the strong one, but you've always said that you're the one giving me the strength.
I'm only helping you, Ragnar. I can't do anything without you. Without your rage, without your strength. I am but a conduit to make you better.
Those words. I chuckle. You can't do anything without me. That is right. And like Manzarek, if you ever hurt my friends again, there will be no more.
Oh, Ragnar. Don't talk such nonsense. I promise to be good. But in this moment, it seems your friends are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, we're kind of lost, I guess. I'm not even sure where we're at.
This, Ragnar, is the center of the plane of dreams. This is where it all began. Everything comes from here. All the dreams of mortals, all the dreams of immortals, of gods, of deities, and those on the outer plane manifested from this spot. This, in a way, Ragnar, is where I was born. And
He reaches out and grabs your shoulder, his fingers extending down past your shoulder blade as he holds you.
is where you can be born as well.
What do you mean?
You see that, Ragnar?
He points at the person stumbling around, groaning out.
That is a person infected by the black blood, one of the other heads This person could be from the Great Tree, or Ambros, or anywhere else where the black blood is present. They are lost, their mind and soul bound here to the inner sphere of the dream plane. They are untapped energy and potential, Ragnar. That is how you can realize your true strength.
You said you're gonna show me how strong you really are? Then do it.
No, I showed you how strong I can make you. But I can't do it without your help, Ragnar. You have the axe. You've proven that. Use it.
He gestures towards the person.
Is he still sitting there?
Yes. It's as if he doesn't acknowledge you. He's just
But
groaning,
it's- no,
holding
I
his
meant,
head.
is Ragnar still standing there? How do you know it's a head?
Only the heads are able to do this, to spread the black blood.
How do you know that that person is one?
That person, no, is nothing but a lost soul. Untapped potential for you to indulge in. He's a random person, Ragnar. Could be good, could be bad. Could be squandering any potential that he was blessed with his short mortal life. You'd be doing him a favor by making him something greater.
I don't say anything and I walk over to the muddled guy
Mm-hmm.
and I go, "Excuse me."
It's so cold.
Does he have like the look,
Like what
the
look?
black blood?
Mm-mm.
No.
Where am I? I'm lost. Hello? His voice echoes out.
You don't know where you're at?
Are you real?
Yes. Are you real?
I think so. I can't remember much. Everything seems so hazy.
What's the last thing you remember?
I don't, my name? My name? Taven. Taven's my name.
It's useless to speak to him, Ragnar.
His hands go on your shoulder as he leans to your ear.
He's confused and lost. Useless to anyone, especially himself.
Yeah, but it's not harm to anybody.
No, but that's not the point, Ragnar. The point is, he is beneficial to you. You see, for you to truly be fused with part of the Dark Tapestry, Ragnar, you need to know what it is to absolve a soul of its tether to this world, to ingest it, and let it become part of you like I have.
I have to kill him and eat his soul.
He takes a step back.
It's absurd. But we are dream plane. What is the benefit of doing this?
It will unlock potential in you, Ragnar. Everything must feed. Every animal, every creature. You don't hold a fox responsible for killing a hare, do you?
No.
You have become higher on the food chain. You have evolved, Ragnar. All you have to do is realize that you have fangs.
confusion just like envelops him, and he's. So if I kill him and eat his soul, I'll get more powerful?
Yes, Ragnar. You only need one soul now. More won't do. Nothing. It will mean nothing to you. But taking this one step will change you. It will complete your evolution, Ragnar.
Does it help with the other heads?
It will help you combat them. It will make you stronger. To be able to cut them off like you did to Melkwa.
I guess if I'm stronger, I can protect the rest of the party.
Now you get it.
I can protect the rest of the party. We don't have to worry about losing anybody else.
Gone are the days of being eaten by dinosaurs or pummeled nearly to death by some caged gnoll. You will become something more.
You're sadistic, you know that?
Flattery will get you everywhere, Ragnar.
Are you talking to you, Eli?
No, I was talking to Richard.
Little bit.
It takes Eli to make it, though. I like that. That was terrible. Do it. I guess if it's going to help defeat the other heads and keep everybody safe, then is he already dead?
As good as.
Okay.
Before you do it, do me one last favor.
He begins to fade and disappear.
Rage.
Whenever he says that, it's like a switch flips, and he'll black out, and it would just be Ragnar.
Hello.
Can you help me?
Yes. Do you see that? I point the opposite direction. I will take the axe and just cut him in half.
When you do so, you are met with no resistance. The two halves fall apart. As his expression doesn't change, the blade glides through him, and he falls, and when his two halves hit the ground, they turn into the same mist that permeates around. It rises up, and it's in that moment you know that you can draw that into you. You can inhale it.
I will take the biggest breath ever.
Your lungs fill with this bitter, chilling miasma. You feel it roll through your entire body, and it hurts. Your rage immediately ends, and Ragnar is back in control as you feel this pain begin to rack through your body.
Screaming like a baby.
If you did not have DR before,
I don't.
you have DR now.
I can't.
You do. You have DR5 to everything but fire and good aligned weapons.
Bye, Ragnar. It was nice knowing you.
You now have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Scrub.
Thanks.
Get Ragnar.
Equal to that distance, whenever you're ready,
Yeah.
you have life sense, as if you have blind fight.
Huh.
So if you're fighting anything around you that's alive, you can sense where it is at all time.
Clarification from just my benefit.
Yes.
My like life detection, I specify I can see undead and construct. Does that work for him, or does it have to be a living target?
I guess that'd be a better way to word that. I was gonna be so as long as it's got hit points, it works.
Everything has hit points.
Yeah, that's
The door has hit points. I can blinds fight the door.
It's just overwhelming. Everything has hit points. It's all alive.
The creature notices and locates living creatures within 60 feet, just as if it possessed the blind sight ability.
Okay. The living creatures is the timer.
Yes.
Yeah, my life detection thing detects constructs and undead as well.
Nice.
And I know, like, oh, that's an undead living thing, or that's a construct that has life energy in it.
You also have a new ability.
Curse strike.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Called Overwhelming Madness.
Oh,
This ability.
that somehow works.
When you confirm a critical strike against a creature, the creature must make a will save equal to 10 plus half your character level. If the creature fails, it is then confused.
Will save?
It has the confusion. Yes, it's a will save 10 plus half your character level. And it is confused for a number of rounds equal to half your character level. And there is one last thing that changes about you.
Okay. And that was called what?
Overwhelming Madness.
Can I also trade my humanity for overwhelming powers?
Yeah, like-
Phenomenal cosmic powers.
Sign me up.
Your alignment is chaotic evil now.
Oh.
It was already chaotic neutral. Shut up.
I only dropped 3 spots.
Yeah.
It was chaotic. Good.
So imagine as if Ragenar's alignment is what shines through now. So
I thought Damon had the alignment downgrade.
you know all of this about you as if you know the color of your eyes or how many fingers you have. All that has just occurred to you is natural to you. And as this happens, even your alignment shifts, by the way. As this happens, Ragenar is nowhere to be seen. He is not there to congratulate you or to encourage you. You are simply left alone on the edge of this tree in an ocean of mist.
And if I keep walking the same direction I went to found this random person, does it just continue on for forever?
Not for forever, but for a long ways.
I would just go in that direction then.
Because where you are, there is mist everywhere. It is thicker here at the base of the tree, but it rises up to obscure your vision within about 100 feet.
Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna walk towards where the spiral staircase is. Because obviously I need to get out of here, and I don't know where to go. That's the only thing that really is like a beacon for any reason.
Solid plan. It is miles away.
I would just start walking that way because I have no idea where to go.
40 feet of movement around he's getting there.
As you begin to walk in that direction, you hear the beating of wings above you. Looking up, you see a shadow of a massive winged creature jet over top of you. The mist kind of disperses, and just beyond where the person was that you cleaved in half and then huffed his soul, you hear the creature land. You hear this deep booming voice. It's not every day I see a mortal on the dream plane. He is not talking to you. He is over there somewhere.
I stop and turn, and I notice he's obviously not referring to me, correct?
Correct.
I will start to go back that direction to see what's going on.
All right, you may do that thing.
Meanwhile, Damon, you hear flapping wings.
Well, Damon, you hear flapping wings.
Chuck.
So like little hummingbird flapping?
Yeah. You've heard Dr. Isaac Tone's wings? Like
Yeah,
his claws?
yeah.
It's a lot like that. Just
No.
5 times his size. Like he was an ancient dragon of some kind, an esoteric ancient dragon. In the nightmare realm, so an esoteric nightmare.
Right.
Ancient esoteric.
I want to hear from him.
You see an ancient esoteric nightmare dragon. No, I'm just kidding. That's what you wanted to hear, right?
No.
Copy paste thing that happened to Ragnar happens to you.
You are now evil.
Okay, out of
Copy paste intro of Ragnar it happens to you.
Okay, got it.
I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
You murdered someone.
I murdered
For why? I'm tired of coming up with new crap for all of you. You're all just Ragnar now. It's kind of like playing Final Fantasy 1 and you're like, we're all just red mages. That's an obscure reference.
Oh man. And if you do get the reference, be sure to stretch your back. So.
And like, comment, and subscribe.
I push myself to my knees and look around.
When you look around, you see probably half a dozen people in tattered, in rags, all giving out that mournful cry. All of them with their face in their hands, walking about, just kind of groaning. Roll me a will save.
Oh boy. Already. This is a good start.
Got will for days.
Do I now? You sure about that?
Well, a paladin should.
It's not valid.
That's the joke.
15.
Rolling twice.
That's 15 on the nose. You're able to discern that they're not physical, but they are real. They look like illusions because they're transparent, but they're not ghosts. You're able to discern that these people can be interacted with, but you are unsure what they are.
I get to my feet and approach the nearest one.
It's a woman that's kind of clutching her sleeves as she's just looking from side to side.
Hello.
Un momento, por favor. Sorry, I should have had this ready. This is my fault.
It's okay. It's not like you have a bunch to keep track of.
Oh my goodness, I have so much to keep track of.
You should write a book.
Okay.
You should have before. He'll dictate.
I go back to all this after it's all finished.
Is this what I wanted? Is this what it is? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Do I have
Hey
all my
Max,
equipment?
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, Max.
Miss you, buddy.
It's you. Don't always say hi. Do I have all my equipment? Sword, shield, armor, etc., etc.
Yes, you are fully bedecked. As you walk up to this person, and she kind of turns to acknowledge you, you see it's Meryl.
Meryl?
Oh, no.
Where am I?
I reach out to grab her.
She winces, but she looks at you.
Meryl. It's me.
Damon? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Where is this place?
I don't know.
Who else is here with you?
Roll me a perception check.
Didn't we send Meryl to the library?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, she came back to Dreamport.
Alright, 24.
With a 24, as you look around, you see Shalina and Barev are also there from the Blackberry Farms.
What are all of you doing here?
All of who?
You, Shalina, Barev. You guys are supposed to be on the farm.
We were. Oh, Damon's. She's not acting like herself. She's acting scared.
Right.
It's so scary. But it's just a dream.
Where's Tamras?
Roll me another perception check.
28.
So when you say where's Tamras, she goes to shake her head. You in that moment take a second to listen, and you can hear Tamras is crying.
I immediately Meryl and turn to find her.
You move through the kind of crowd of people as you find Tamras sitting with her arms wrapped around her knees, rocking back and forth, her hair in her face.
I get on one knee next to her. I'm like, Tamras, it's me. It's Damon.
Her expression changes from fear and sadness to anger.
Tamras, what are you doing here?
You left. You left again.
What do you mean left?
You sent me away and then you left.
I sent you to safety. You couldn't go where I was going. Why aren't you on the farm?
Why didn't you come back?
I'm going to. I was going to. I don't know.
Mom and Dad are dead. Mom and Dad are dead and you left? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you come back? Did you know?
Yes. I was there.
Why? You said you wouldn't leave me again. You said it wasn't your fault and then you did it again. She begins to cry. Tears stream down her face.
I go to embrace her.
She screams, "Don't touch me!"
Tamras. I haven't left you.
Heartbreaking, isn't it? You hear from behind you.
Just jump to my feet and turn around.
You see Philstopheles leaning against the tree.
What are you doing here?
Well, that's not a very kind greeting.
I haven't had a lot of reason to be kind lately.
It's true. You've been through a lot. More than your friends would like to acknowledge. Especially, well, you know.
Hold on.
I know he's talking about me.
All right. Was it Dak Izathoth or something like that?
Something like that. Whatever he's calling himself now is irrelevant.
I know who he is.
You have no idea.
I know how old he is. What's your connection, though?
Oh, is that really what you're concerned about right now, Damon? He looks down at your sister.
What are you doing here? You're not like the rest of them.
Oh no, I'm very real. These are but echoes of what were. Minds trapped in madness, in a constant dream state while their bodies are being puppeted in the real world.
The blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the farm.
It is. Not long after you left, as a matter of fact. As if it knew. As if you trusted someone and sent them there to retrieve your sister without checking first. Oh, it's not your fault. How could you have known? He was so convincing.
Hold on, I have a brain fart.
Adriel.
Thank you. Adriel.
He's not a villain. He's a victim. Same as them. As a matter of fact, he might be here somewhere too if you'd like to speak with him.
But they're here.
Mm-hmm.
They're not dead. How do I restore them?
You have to sever the link. To cut off the head, same as you did with Melkor. But you knew that already. You're just confused and scared.
Who's the head for this one?
Oh. Damon, you know as well as I do, information like that isn't free. It's valuable. More so than gold in some cases.
What do you value?
I've already told you what I value, Damon. I told you twice, and you've ignored me. Twice. And each time, something worse happens. I could have prevented this. He gestures to her. But you ignored me. Said you had to think about it.
I don't take the betrayal of a comrade lightly.
Betrayal?
Even one such as Dr. Tone.
To betray someone is to suggest that you're on the same team. I assure you, you are not. He has his own motives. I've seen him die twice now. And each time, he comes back, another little echo of what once was. I've seen what he can do. I've seen him tear souls apart only to put them back together in a monstrous amalgamy of some kind of terrible form.
I've seen the laboratory.
So you know I'm right. And did he show any signs of remorse, or was he simply so invested in his precious little locket? Did he reminisce about all the souls that he has destroyed, all the lives that he's taken? Did he seem distraught or remorseful for what he once was, or maybe still is? Or is he only concerned of his own memory and regaining what is his?
He said he was as much a victim as anyone else.
Oh, he's crying victim. How convenient.
Well, so let's hypothetically say you get your freedom then. What then? What would you do with it?
Go home.
Home.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
After everything else.
I can make it contractually binding if you'd like. I have no interest in you or your people. I am simply lashing out in self-preservation. I don't want to hurt anybody.
What plane of existence are you from?
You know that. You know the answer to that.
I want to hear it from you.
I am from the Hells.
And Dr. Tone brought you here.
In a manner.
Or did you come here and get wrapped up in his experiments?
Are you trying to coax something out of him, or are you simply conversating?
Trying to coax something out of him. It's a fishing expedition.
Your bait's kind of weak.
Yeah, but
Let me rephrase that. Your bait is
I'm
weak.
trying to play on his need to feel superior.
All right, roll me diplomacy.
This is where you do better. Oh, I was so close to it.
17.
All together?
Yeah. I rolled a 2.
He says, don't play this game with me, Damon. I've been playing it myself for far too long.
Is he a danger to the rest of the group?
Of course, he's a danger to everyone around him. As a matter of fact, I'm sure if you asked him that, he would confirm it. He can't deny his own nature or what he is. His pride won't allow him to. Did he go through a recent change, Damon?
I don't look him in the eye.
He's getting stronger, huh? Tapping more into what he is. Those chains on his wrist, I'll give you this for free. are binding contracts that he has made. One, to split his soul, and one, to preserve his humanity, or what's left of it. He did that. He chose that. The real him, that is.
You're making me choose between two evils.
Nonsense. Evil and good are concepts, he says.
You see, like an expression that of like back he would have gotten back in the old days of that, like the paladin kind of rising up. No, good is good and evil is evil.
And who determines that? The gods?
The results.
All right. What are the results of you doing as I ask? Your parents being brought back to life? Your sister no longer resenting you? The world being rid of that monster? And me gaining my freedom after so many years?
What do you mean about bring my parents back to life?
I told you I can bring them back. I offered you this once and you turned me down. But now you know it affects someone besides yourself.
Can you make it contractual?
Of course I can.
You won't break the contract.
I
You can't.
literally can't.
You get your freedom. You leave immediately to your plane.
A scroll appears. The scroll is written in 2 different languages. What languages do you speak?
Both of those.
Common, celestial, abyssal.
It's written in Abyssal and Common. As it. He says, take your time, read the contract.
And I do.
As you sit there reading over this contract, the contract states that once you've made your wish, you make your declaration of, I wish for my parents to be brought back to life. I wish for Philistophiles, the demon who has written this contract, to return back to his home plane once my contractual obligations are fulfilled. And in turn, I will end the life of Daka Izathoth as I know him to be Dr. Isaac Tone. Unless there's something you'd like to add.
I point to the section that talks about bringing my parents back to life. I want this to say restored to as they were before the Black Blood took them.
So clever. Oh, before I do that, should I cure your father's illness as well? Let him be cantankerous and mean for the rest of his mortal life instead of dying in just a few years.
The way my father was, it's no concern of mine. It's for her. And she loved him for who he was. I won't change anything else.
Fine then. The contract changes to state as you said.
I read it again and one more time. Any sort of wisdom or perception roll?
Roll me. It would be a wisdom roll.
Sense motive.
You could roll sense motive. Either one of those. Wisdom for the contract, sense motive against him.
Good luck.
Probably sense motive.
Good luck. Is it a 1?
You believe everything. He changes it back.
Don't deny.
He is as honest as the day is long.
Which is bad, because in the dream world, the sun doesn't set.
For Tamers.
And we have a deal. You see your name appear at the bottom of the scroll. Good luck, Damon. As he disappears.
His camera's still on the ground, just going through the fields. I kneel down again next to her. I say, I'm gonna make this right. Believe me, I will make this right.
I'm tired of your lies.
Sleep. I'll return when you awake. I stand up. And I walk away from her. No other direction other than the opposite of her.
The mist around you disperses as you see a large, mechanically, black dragon land in front of you. He raises up. He has a red frill that runs down the back, from the top of his head down his back of his neck. You see that same frill appears again on his tail and down to the end. He has red frills on his elbows and two black horns that rise up. Tilting his head, the dragon looks down at you.
Well, it's not every day that we see a mortal soul in the dream world.
Deja vu.
Deja vu.
And back to the A team.
Boo. 18. You can't flip this.
Apparently not.
Oh, this thing's heavy.
I mean, I'm going to dine this one to Damon, so why is it...
You should have been nice to him.
Yeah.
Was I not?
Shouldn't have been so racist to him.
Was I?
Yeah.
Am I the problem here?
You're the devil here.
Hey, now. As someone who is literally making a pact with a person who is a known head of the Black Blood, I don't think I'm the issue.
Not the guy who just made a pact with the devil.
Yeah, the one that... Never mind. I have theories. I think I know who you just signed a pact with. Good luck, buddy.
It wasn't Christian Grey. I'm gonna tell
It
you
was
that.
Can't confirm.
wrong with you?
A lot.
That's true.
I need mental health.
This is gonna be the episode that breaks the rest of the campaign.
I mean,
Hey, we're off to a great start.
We all know Eli's not afraid to end the campaign based on our decisions.
oh. Do you think I like this? Do you think I like being this way?
All that hard work for nothing. Not nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, join us for campaign number 2 in 2 weeks.
We're all playing halflings.
Chaotic evil campaign just to get it out, and then for the real one.
Wasn't even intended. At all.
Once again, we are pirates.
Things were good.
Watch Damon go
Simpler
from
life.
watch Damon's course go from lawful good to lawful evil in the course of like about 28 episodes.
He said
What was your
Damon.
arc?
Huh?
From what? Chaotic
Chaotic good to chaotic evil.
Yeah.
No, I went to neutral first.
Yeah, hit it.
He went to neutral too.
You gotta put it in neutral unless you want to grind.
Yeah, you don't want to break the transmission.
But you can blow the engine up there.
The engine being Eli's campaign.
What are you?
We're just blowing smoke. Like
Man,
This
you-
is called. We're gonna take a short break and we'll be right back.
There it is.
See?
Your computer.
Are we back?
We're back.
Are we back?
We're back.
Are we back?
Welcome back,
Welcome back.
adventurers. My name is. Wait, no, that's the intro.
Oh yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're getting a great shot of your shoulder.
Can somebody tell me if we're back?
Hey,
Well, we see you're back.
We're not back.
That's it.
Are we back?
no.
Are we back? We're not back?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Oh, and we're back.
Could you clip that, please?
Oh, dang it! There was one thing I wanted to look up and I forgot.
You had
Sorry.
40 minutes.
I know. I'm sorry.
You had one job.
Well,
Hey, Eli.
Yes.
One of many.
Crying gets a free action.
we'll just
It's
put it
funny
on
because
Berta.
it's true.
Berta's now the mainstream here.
Welcome back, adventurers. Last time we
Go on.
left off,
Anyway.
he looked like he was about to actually start, so I stopped.
Well, that's on you.
Uh,
Somebody sent his name tag.
As you follow Grath below deck,
Uh-huh.
something that you notice about this ship, looking about it, firstly, it is very clean and very well kept, but some things cannot be hid with just a simple sponge and bucket of water. Those include claw marks that are on the metallic rail and on the hull of the ship. At the front of the ship, you do see that it has a headpiece, that of a beautiful woman with demonic wings, long hair, and glowing red eyes with 2 horns that rake up from her forehead. She holds in her hand a glowing white orb that seems to be pulsating with some kind of magic. As you go downstairs, it seems that Grath has impeccable taste in decorations, though a little macabre. Everything therein has kind of these ebony colors to these ebony or crimson colors to them, giving it a very kind of dark motif inside, despite how well lit it is. He leads you through an area that is a stark chamber decorated entirely in black with scarlet colored stained glass windows, casting a deep blood red throughout. The atmosphere seems to be filled with an ominous presence of death. It also contains a large ebony clock that chimes every hour in the corner of the room. You see this room that he has taken you in is kind of oval shaped with books that line the walls. None of these books seem to be gathering dust, as if they are well read or at least leafed through regularly. There is a massive mahogany table in the center of this area, and can you kind of context where you are right now? You are here. So if you were to go through the door that's on the far side of this room, you would enter into probably the cargo hold and the living chambers for the rest of the crew. As he steps in, he walks to the head of the table. It is a round table, but I say head because it sits at the end of the room that overlooks everything else. He sits down in, the other chairs are very well made and very heavy, kind of heavy set. But the chair that he sits on is padded, lavish, and intricately carved. He sits down, taking off his tricorn hat, showing that he is completely void of hair, as he rests it on the corner of the chair.
Please, have a seat.
I was almost waiting for him because I've dealt with people of like this kind of power before. Thank you. Now pull my chair, sit down, kind of folding in my wings.
I would also kind of perceive the clock.
You may.
Just to see, like, if it's normal, time is passing as normal.
It's odd that Eli would mention the clock.
Yeah.
With a 28, observing the clock, no. The face on it is irregular, and there are different hands, not just 3. There are several hands of different shapes and sizes going around the face of the clock that is much too large with too many numbers in the circle. You see, as you focus on them, the numbers begin to shift and change. When you look at them, it shifts and changes, forming a normal clock. As if your perception of it has changed its appearance of it. If you would like, you can roll me Knowledge Arcana.
As if it's measuring our life force. Or something like that.
Or it's a multiplanar clock.
Yeah. 32.
This is a multiplanar clock.
That's Fisher's life force.
Not only does the clock show the time of different planes, but it shifts to the current time of the home plane of the person observing it. When you look at it, it is not moving. The pendulum has stopped and the hands no longer tick, nor do they talk.
Huh.
Clever.
He says,
Is there something I can get for you, gentlemen?
Just a glass of water would be great.
We do have wine, if you prefer something of more exquisite taste.
A tasting is all I will do. I've tried the drinking thing once. It did not end well for me.
he lays his hand on the table. He taps on that table with a claw, just a... It's in that moment that you realize there are divots and scratch marks only in that one spot. As he does so, the door opens up and one of the crew members steps in.
Nope, not that one. Not that one. Here we go.
The person that steps in is a drow. He is tall and lean, his hair pulled back into a ponytail, the silver strands dropping between his shoulder blades, as he is dressed a little bit fancier than the rest of the crew members that you've seen. He steps in with a platter. On this platter, you see that there is a pitcher of wine, several goblets, and a large pipe with a pouch of tobacco. He steps over and he offers.
I will take a glass and just a sip.
He pours you just a taste. He lays down the glass, pours. It is a very fine made glass. I'm sorry, I called it a goblet. It is not a goblet. It is a wine glass. And it has a stainless silver lining on the top.
I do the same, like I give it the full tasting and Perry just the once.
Something about this is it is purple. It is neither red nor white, but like a kind of deep purple color. Smoke on the water. When you taste it, it is kind of richer and sweeter than you're used to. But it is not overly strong or overly bearing. Smoke? He asks. He walks over to the captain, sitting down his glass, laying down his pipe, pouring his wine. You see Tyrus has pulled out his pipe. He like divvies him out a little bit of tobacco. Tyrus says, when in Rome. What is Rome? Rich.
Was that Eli coughing and rolling into it, or was that a bit? The world we've never done.
So if I may ask, gentlemen, what brings you to the plane of dreams?
A rift.
Teleportation.
Accident.
Mishap. You know how teleportation spells can get?
Teleportation travels through distance, not planes.
Planar shift, teleportation.
I see.
It's a little
Oh, then you must be eager to get back home.
A little of A, a little of B. You seem to have more demonic taste. It's not something I'm used to seeing.
I don't narrow my interest to simply the demonic.
I kind of give him a nod. But yes, we may ask you a few questions as well. A learned men will trade secrets together, won't they?
Of course. What would you like to know? I'm sure you're full of questions and inquiries about where you are.
I mean, I understand that we're on the inner sphere of the dream plane.
Yes.
Based on the surroundings.
I give you a look of like, oh! I didn't even check.
God, I didn't even think to look.
Where we are?
Is that what? I am curious though about the mist. Is that a new thing?
Relatively. It's been here for maybe a few years.
What is a year on this planet?
A year is simply a passage of time that the mortals that have found their way here use to measure the time that passes by.
But does it actually exist? Time. Where we are.
You're clever. No. It's fluent here. Constantly changing depending on where you are and what you're doing.
So while we're here, we might as well be at the beginning of creation and the end.
No. You can never go back. You can only go forward.
Interesting.
But if you are to return to the material plane, no time may have passed, or it may be weeks. It's hard to tell.
Years,
Yes.
months.
As I look at the clock. Yeah, that's interesting.
I looked at him expectingly. We asked a question.
So, what is it you seek?
He strikes a match.
Because clearly, you said that it's not only your return trip home that you seek.
He puts the end of the pipe in his teeth, but doesn't wrap his lips around it. It exhales through his nose.
You stated the mist has been here for what your crewmates or those you have came in contact with has only been here a year. Is there anything that exists inside of it?
Of course. Everything that was here still is. But souls from the material world, or the closest approximation to a soul, are being funneled into here. It's an act of the old ones, the outer gods of the dark tapestry. They're affecting the material plane in some way. But of course, aside from the creatures of Ling and the nightmare dragons that feed on those same souls, it has no real bearing on anything else.
But what about doors?
I believe it's my turn to ask a question.
That's why I waited.
Technically you did, but then you popped
Well,
up.
I can't. Anyways, our apologies. Continue, Captain.
So, what are you searching for?
Doors.
Well, you're in luck.
Gateways.
So vague with your answers. I thought we were sharing secrets.
Specifically, 5 doors that are attached to this realm, to the material plane. Perchance attached to this realm. You would know these doors if you saw them.
And you have seen them.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sense motive on that.
You may.
That's really
No.
It was almost a 1. It's not.
It's not, but it's not good, is it?
No, save all those ones for me. I got
22?
15?
Even with a 15, he's being transparent. Either you have not worded the question in a way that he would recognize what you're talking about, you're still being vague,
Yeah.
or he truly doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But looking at sort of this, like, he doesn't understand. Truly, that is what we see on our side. This would be a portal, a gateway, some place where this realm, this plane, touches the material plane outside of. I kind of look, pantomime looking down below the great tree itself.
And perhaps where, I don't know what that would look like on this side.
I apologize, gentlemen. I think you're mistaken. Whatever you're seeking, I don't believe it exists here on the dream world.
And it may not.
Because whatever's affecting these souls and causing this mist isn't here.
Why?
It is. Was that your question?
No, I'm simply answering yours. See, this is a byproduct of the great old ones from the Dark Tapestry. They eternally rest, floating in their dreams. And this is a manifestation of it. You're simply existing in the thoughts of a deity, of a god more powerful than gods. Rovagug was an evil god. It took 12 gods to bring him down and to lock him away. Rovagug, when he bleeds a single drop of blood, becomes a monstrous creature nearly impossible to stop. A physical drop. Simply the dreams of the outer gods have manifested an entire plane of existence and everything that comes with it.
Ambient.
They are much more terrifying than anything you have ever prayed to.
You pray.
But it's not here that they exist. These souls are simply brought here, dropped, discarded, a byproduct of what may be happening in your world.
So, why? I guess it kind of more to you than why would Altharium try to trap a nightmare dragon? What would be the purpose of
A nightmare dragon.
that? Yes.
An ancient esoteric nightmare dragon, to be more specific.
Specifically, yes.
Let me guess.
He covers 2 eyes on the side of his face.
Half blinded.
Yeah.
I happen to know of the dragon you speak of. He's become more and more popular recently. His breeding ground extending with the mist. You see, normally nightmare dragons feast on the dreams of mortals. But with these,
He points down as if gesturing to the mist below the ship.
they find delight in indulging themselves on those poor souls. More and more nightmare dragons are beginning to appear, getting stronger and stronger. His clutch and brood begin to grow, as does his grip over the nightmare realm.
And what is this one called?
Sadrak.
Is that a name I recognize? Of any sort of knowledge?
I don't think so.
Okay.
See. But I can expound on that after my question.
I kind of nod, like I was about to say, this is your question.
What has sent these souls here?
Kind of looking at you, and I'm motioning like my hands are bound.
A disease?
A curse.
Curse?
An old curse.
A curse that has a name.
It calls itself the Black Blood. There's
Does he seem
10,000s
concerned?
of years old.
With a.
I want to roll since 1 and 2.
With a 20 cents one.
21.
Ah!
He gets it. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
fine.
He's not hiding anything.
Right.
He's being transparent.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem concerned, but he does know what that is.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, it's. He kind of has a look on his face like, knew it.
Called it.
Like, I just won that bet.
Yeah. So you're familiar with this curse?
Yes. Or rather, I've read about it.
Oh, I look around. Which one?
So curious about my collection.
I am. It's a nice collection. A little dark.
It's
for my
a-
Is
usual
that
taste.
your question?
What book?
Mm-hmm.
And may I borrow it?
Sure.
He stands up. He walks over to a shelf. He removes it.
For as long as you stay on my ship, you may borrow it.
He lays it down.
And I.
Who's the author?
Not yet.
Do what?
Who's the author?
Who's the author of the book?
Opening it and looking at it. Do you read Abyssal?
I believe so. Yes.
It is written in Abyssal, and with it is not printed. It is written with ink,
Cool.
specifically red ink,
Oh, definitely not blood.
but definitely not blood.
That would be dried and like blackish.
Oh yeah. As you kind of leaf through it and look over it, it seems to be more of a journal than a book. It's probably one that he's written. He reaches over and expertly opens it, only like leafing through maybe 2 more pages before he taps.
And I will spend the rest of my time. I'll still discuss. But like,
I look
Any
at him and I
downtime.
sort of motion.
He says,
Why are you trying to stop it?
I'd rather not the world end in assimilation into one entity.
You do know that there are more planes of existence than just the material world.
I am aware.
The Black Blood is locked only into that plane. The antithesis of life. It only wants to indulge itself in what it can reach. You, I would say, are the lucky ones coming here. Free from that. As a matter of fact, a lot of things are going to be changing around here for the better. The more souls that are taken on the material plane, the more fuel comes here for the creatures that exist. Ling and Dreamscape alike.
Interesting.
the doors open up. You see several crew members walk in. They start to lay down fruits and vegetables that you've never really seen before, all cut and arrayed in different displays. They do lay down breads and cheeses that you are familiar with, and they lay down kind of like a beef stew kind of pot in front of both of you, and they ladle it out. It is hot and steamy. They lay in front of him a large silver tray of bloody red meat.
Please, gentlemen, don't let my appetite ruin yours.
As he sticks his claw into one of the hunks of meat.
You've watched frogs eat other frogs.
I know.
I say that in character.
Oh, this is seasoned a lot better.
It's fresh.
Fresh what?
Kill. Yours, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's what that I knew that taste.
Yep. There's
Oh,
an apple. That's cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, we polymorphed him into an apple too.
No.
Ah! It screams. Oh, why is everything horrifying?
it's not called the plane of nice dreams and happy sunshine.
But it could be. Where's that part of the dream?
That's over there.
Let's go over there. Can we take
Um,
a ship that way?
Over that rainbow.
You said you designed this ship. What is its intent?
This is a cargo ship or a smuggler's ship. I find odd rarities and I collect them. And I make a little extra cash for anyone that may be interested in those same rarities.
Neat.
Hey,
We are also. There's a few others that are in our traveling group. Would you be able to assist us in finding them? And then I reach into my pack and pull out the pipe of the sewers. In exchange, of course.
Of course, anything to help a friend.
Is that the right amount?
So,
he wants it. It seems like a knee-jerk reaction, like somebody with a sweet tooth, and you just laid a piece of candy out for them, and they're like, "Be an adult," you know. As he eyes it, the door opens up. You see a creature step in that has white fur, thick white fur on their eyebrows, a head of feathery white fur that drops down, long pointed ears, much longer than an elf, that ends in tufts of fur. This creature steps in, and they are once again eloquently dressed, more so than anyone else on the crew. They say, "Captain."
He says, "You're interrupting me."
He says, "I apologize to interrupt you, Captain, but we found one."
Ah, so soon, he says. "Gentlemen, this may be an opportunity to prove your mettle." He says, "We are actually in the process of hunting. If you'll join me on deck, I think you can help."
He says as he begins to walk off.
Why not?
So that wasn't an acceptance of the offer just yet?
He seems very keen on the idea.
Then I'll hold on to that.
Yeah.
Let's accept it.
He accepted.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So, Damon.
Damon is shooketh.
Oh, I would say
Not
so.
mechanically.
Shaketh his
But he has not drawn his sword. As a matter of fact, he's looking a little bit like a rabbit.
But wow.
Does your sword bend downward?
What?
Does your sword bend downward?
Or a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
Does it wobble to and fro?
Can you tie it in a knot?
It's like Jello right now.
That'd be honestly more impressive. Take your longsword and tie it
His
into a knot.
magic longsword.
Like one of those
Delicious.
things of like, how strong are you?
Yeah.
This is a level 1 magic sword.
You know how impressive that would be?
Eh.
It's
Barry?
magically rubberized.
Man. But that is the extra.
Bring all that
Extra.
newspapers for sale.
That's the headline. Newspaper is now for sale.
All of them are help wanted ads.
For the
No, it's
For
ads
the
for more
newspaper.
newspapers.
The dragon looks down at you.
By the way,
He looks at the souls around him.
I was going to eat these, but I think I'll start with you.
You see them immediately begin to like flee from him. Like they recognize danger. They're not just completely in a distraught state.
Before we've been introduced?
Oh, excuse me. My manners.
You see his chest swell as his throat blows, and I will need you to roll for initiative.
Goody.
I shouldn't have jokingly rolled for initiative.
No, that's a waste of the road. So much for being around Ken.
22?
I'm so mad.
You'll never guess why he's mad.
You got a 21.
Damon! By 1 point on the initiative, you get to go first.
I run.
Okay, that way?
Just the opposite direction.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Double move, so 40 feet.
Wow.
Maybe triple move, full run,
Okay. Full run.
sprint.
4
Yeah.
times.
Sure.
It's okay. I can catch up to that.
Turns out it's a 60-foot line.
I was like, why is he moving?
You can't see it on the board, but there is that much difference between us on the screen.
The dragon tilts his head with a grin. I like it when they run. He beats his wings and he begins flying towards you.
Let's see. Is he faster than you?
Yeah. That's crazy.
He is going to use his special feat, flyby attack.
And pick you up and drop you.
No, not his feet.
With his feet.
Does a 31 hit you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
There's a 54 to grab you.
Dealing 19 points of damage. As his tail cracks against your back, sending you stumbling as he turns and lands in front of you. Want to try again?
Fine. Draw my sword and run and attack him.
You can take a free 5-foot step, if you like.
Sure. I mean, it's basically continue my run, but draw my sword too.
Sure.
It's like, we can't get away from this. Okay. Oh, goody. 19.
Is that good?
All together?
Yeah.
No.
You run up, you thrust your sword into his chest. You hear this kind of. He looks down at it and looks at you. Oh,
Let's see. I want to have a little fun with this.
Can you pin him down?
I'm about to get
Can
dribbled
you
like a
pin him
basketball.
Because that to me would be hilarious.
I'm not big enough to do that yet.
Oh.
He's just a baby.
But he's terrified of being held.
That is true.
You are.
That's why it would be
You have
funny.
stated in
Forever.
I
Alone.
love how you remember my character's weaknesses.
Oh
so
yeah,
well.
no, it's fun.
It fills me with joy.
Does a 24 hit you?
Yes.
Well, you know when you don't have no strengths. That was me. I'm sorry.
Dealing 15 points of damage. Does a 30 even beat your combat maneuver defense?
Right here, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
By how much?
6.
He hits you with his tail. He knocks you back. You are. Yes, you are prone.
Okay.
As he hits you, you slide to the ground. As he looks down at you with a grin, you hear footsteps running towards you. Ragnar, I would like you to enter the initiative.
I didn't roll because I didn't know you weren't going to ask for me, so I was going to take that. 25. Math's hard.
Would getting knocked over be considered a fall?
No.
You got knocked down.
Fall mechanically is 10 feet. Yeah. So,
I like that.
I was trying.
I'm going to continue that run to leap and attack him.
you may do that thing.
I'm going to rage
Okay.
and run
Okay.
and then come down with a straight vital strike. I want to do a cold shot, chop his head off.
You can maim, you cannot kill.
Okay. Chop his wing off.
You may.
You'll never believe what I rolled.
Not enough.
Wasn't a nat 20.
Oh, you had us all baited.
Yeah.
breath.
I mean, he had me for like a half a second before I looked and saw, oh, that's not a 20.
It's that was fun. 18.
18 altogether?
Yeah.
So, as the dragon looks down at you grinning, you hear this as Ragnar jumps over you with the axe in both hands. The dragon looks up at him and grabs him and slams him into the ground. You kind of like stand back up, and and the dragon looks down at you.
20. I forgot to activate the rage part. Okay, I didn't think so, but I just wanted.
Another one.
You take any actions?
No.
Okay. Damon.
Scramble to my feet.
You have partial cover.
And I'm not the focus of the dragon.
No. Since you're blocking him, I'll say that he doesn't provoke.
What can I say? Well,
And I will swift action smite the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Oh, really?
Half movement to stand up, swift action, smite the dragon. You still have half a movement and a standard action.
I'm gonna stay there. That looks good.
Namaste.
Okay.
chicken.
Namaste.
Okay.
The dragon grins looking down at you two, right? You see his throat begin to swell. You see that same glow begin to emit. As he opens his mouth, you see acid begin to roll out from the corners of his jaws. Suddenly, the mist above him parts. You see this massive airship with that same decoration on the front of it. And from the hull of the ship, you see a plume of white smoke as a tethered line extends out and opens up into a net. It wraps the dragon, who roars out and tugs against the ship, sending it kind of like shifting beneath its strength.
Grapple.
You two, it is technically grappled. You two on the hull of the ship can look down and you see Damon and Ragenar. Ragenar.
Huh.
Oh,
That was easier than expected.
convenient. As if the world's alive.
The ship comes to a stop in the air. It's 30 feet above the ground.
Oh. The two people with flying abilities can.
Captain Graff, those are actually our companions.
Oh, I guess I fulfilled our agreement.
Thank you.
You are an efficient captain, sir.
Why don't you go?
I sure will. 18 on my initiative.
Okay.
Because I also rolled jokingly.
And
I thought he was gonna have me because I said I was going that way.
Happy to have you on board.
I can't, no.
No, he didn't last.
No.
You're not last, bro. Yeah,
That was it.
I am not Max. I will not succumb.
Top of the initiative. Ragnar.
Oh yeah, no, he's laying down. I'm just going to straight up murder this thing.
Okay.
Murder.
The first one's a 27 to hit.
That will strike your opponent.
The second one's a 30 to hit.
That will also strike your opponent. Go ahead and give me those damages individually.
The first one is 14.
15 points of damage.
Yeah. The second one is 19.
You swing into this dragon. You hit into its scales and you see it cleave. Blood begins to roll out, but your blade does not sink in like you thought it would. As you rend the blade back, hitting him again, the dragon roars out in pain, looking down at you. Do you take any damage?
I do not.
Damage.
So Damon is at this point. Well, someone else is gonna take care of this because I'm out of my depth fighting this. So I'm just kind of grab Ragenar and try and pull him back away from the dragon.
I shrug you off. I turn around and be like,
Leave me alone.
He's grappled. He's down. Leave him. Just let whoever that is have him.
I'll just push you off.
So I'm gonna try and grapple him to pull him away.
You may. Oh, Ragenar's gonna love that.
Don't break the promise, Ragenar.
17.
Not even that.
Ragenar would probably keep his promise. Because you so willingly did what he wanted, he's like, oh, I can't let this slide. I gotta keep this. So he would look at Damon and probably be like, I want to murder him. You're lucky your friend likes you.
However, unfortunately,
Strength check.
go on.
That way.
It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
no.
I'm even more graveled somehow.
He goes, hey, you, get me again.
That hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not keen.
No, probably not.
So, with his standard action, he's going to try to fight you. Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling abysmally. I'm rolling abysmally! 19 points of damage. As he reaches over and just clamps onto your thigh. Dr. Tone.
Neat. I go, Captain, it's been a pleasure. And I just sort of backflip off the ship, activate fly, and fly to, it said 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping his double speed, so put me 10 feet behind Damon. Yeah. Do you two look hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Channeling that channel that I so channel. Yeah, I'm doing
Oh,
that.
thanks, Tay.
What'd
Coming
he
in
say?
with a rating party of 11. Woo!
No, I'm gonna do it this way.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Tay and his NPC in our game.
Does he know we're going to be wrapping up here in like 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Sorry. 5, 3, 8, 1.5. You take 14 points of healing. You take 7 points of healing. Damon takes 7.
Alright.
As I just sort of chuck a bomb, hit Ragnar on the back of the head. It explodes and hits backwards because I have precise bombing too.
You're still healed by positive energy, it seems.
That's good.
Oh, that would have been a dangerous time for me to find that out.
So as if the dragon never bit, you know?
You take any actions?
I have no actions to take.
You want to give a brief update of what's happening for our lovely raid party?
So the group is in the dream world. They have found an pirate airship. 2 of them have found an esoteric nightmare dragon, and they are fighting it on a giant tree.
You also need the update on our personal characters too.
No, that'll come later.
That's a lie.
You may want to root for good guys. There are none here.
Well,
There's at least one.
neutral.
There's 2 neutrals.
They're making deals with lingals.
2 duels. Yes. Captain Graff, do you need this nightmare dragon alive?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's probably a good thing because I wasn't going to let it.
I
Just like that.
will lightning bolt.
Up there.
It's Wrath.
Wrath? Not like skin wrath.
Like Wrath, but good.
Okay.
Like a ghoul. A ghoul's wrath is wrath.
I'm gonna say.
I'm on the edge of the ship.
I figured.
I need a reflex save from
I
our
need-
grapple.
A spell resistance.
Okay. Probably.
At 50.
It's 29,
That will
maybe 30.
overcome his spell resistance.
I need reflex.
His grapple 2 gets a -4.
Yeah, I got you.
Minus
17.
No, sorry.
It is magic.
Ugh.
Your axe is magic.
No, not as much. That like only 22 points of electricity damage.
Okay.
It's only 22.
There's a lot of ones and twos in this roll. It's not
Oh, I
characteristic.
see what you yeah.
Your cloak flares out as you point. Electricity rolls through your body down the edge of your finger as a cacophonous boom echoes out. The dragon looks up as it hits him. He roars out in pain as the light around you kind of flickers. You see the lightning tear up the bark of the tree beneath him as he does not look super thrilled about what you've done.
Nice.
Ragnar.
Oh, this poor dragon. Die.
Yes, that's what that is.
You probably
34
That will strike.
and 18.
That will not.
17 of damage.
You swing into the dragon, cutting into him again. Do you take an action?
I do not.
Damn it. You don't see him.
Maybe the head guy.
So
He's going there like, this is great too.
I'm still
He's
still
like,
gonna
I'm not human.
I'm still gonna try and pull Ragnar away, and get him out of the line of whatever, hail and brimstone's gonna come firing down. So I'm gonna try and grapple him again.
Okay.
So that's what she's like.
35. Okay.
You may move him 5 feet.
I pull him 5 feet away from the dragon.
Where?
Just back, straight back.
Here.
Just I go
You
back.
can't move.
I can't move. So
You can
I-
only move
to,
him.
to the side. Then to my side. Yeah.
Okay. That will provoke,
Oh. No.
Just force movement.
Yeah.
unless you have a feat for it.
Oh.
Is it a crit?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Does a 38 hit you?
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of. He's provoking because he's grappling without
Yes.
the feet.
Oh.
That's-
Dealing 17 points of damage.
We thought he was provoking the dragon.
No. The dragon swings his tail, slapping into you. There is a feat that if you move somebody like that, it does provoke against the person that's being moved. Okay, but it's like improved.
Improved.
Yeah. Do you take any actions?
No.
The dragon hits you. The dragon turns and looks at you. He finally breathes fire, and I will need a reflex save.
And by fire, I mean acid.
I was about to say.
At whom?
At him, because he's the only person that's been able to really hurt him.
Well, it's not great. It's above average. Is a 30 save?
Yes.
Okay.
It's above average, says 30. What?
Roll a 13.
Uh huh. It's not average, my guy.
I mean,
That depends on who's looking at it.
Wow.
I seen the line. It's above average. That works in both.
That's a lot of dice.
I don't know that I have the
Half of 35.
17.
In unison, they say.
And this character does not have me.
He shoots acid. The rest of the crew, you notice, are not standing on the edge of the ship, nor are they helping. As you just take the brunt of this breath weapon, just as it rolls up the ship.
Wow, guys.
And something else you notice, the ship seems to be resistant to acid damage.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
But you, on the other hand,
I am.
are not.
I'm almost like vulnerable.
Dr. Tone.
One might say. Can I'll quickly identify what this is
You may.
for the purposes of trying to figure out if fire is going to be effective. Probably not with it. 13, my lord.
No.
Sorry, 9, my lord.
Well, even any bonuses for weed or know that it's a nightmare dragon.
Have you ever seen it?
I've never personally seen it.
But
Last
he said
round
that's
he
what we're
did.
getting into.
Do what?
Pretty sure that's what he said we were about.
He just said we have one. Yeah.
Okay.
You can, even if he were to extrapolate that and I gave him plus 10, he still wouldn't know what this was. So,
At least enough to ask the question of, is it vulnerable to fire? I'm gonna try anyways. It's still the same day, so my bombs are flesh-eating bombs. Does it have any AC that isn't natural armor? I didn't ask for the druid because I could tell they did.
No.
Okay. It matters because it changes how.
Also, spell resistance to overcome your bombs.
I think.
Yes. I wasn't asking.
14 plus 9 plus modifier, so 17, 26.
You good?
Oh my god. 21 to touch.
Oh my god, yeah, that hits it. That so hits it.
He will take 11, 13, 16. He gets a reflex.
Grapple doesn't deny you your dexterity bonus, does it?
Yeah, it does.
It's a minus 2 to dex and other things.
22.
We'll say so. He takes half of that. So
And I factored in this big
Grapple doesn't deny the entire dex bonus.
correct.
What'd you hit him with?
Flesh-eating bomb.
Ouch. It tickles. But it does full effect. Do you take an action?
It's crazy. I neglected these two. David, why are you moving him? We need to kill this thing, first of all. So you now know I am here.
Like you're calling down from the.
No, I am behind you.
Oh, you're
10 feet.
behind us.
It's
Oh.
literally behind you.
Literally
After you.
behind you. That is my turn.
I got nothing.
No, you
We
don't.
know. We all know you have nothing.
Oh.
So two can play that game. And I spit fire from my mouth onto his face.
Now you're just showing off.
What kind of reach does that have?
60 feet.
One.
Say we were 30 feet above.
Yeah, if it's a 60-foot cone, I'm trying to think what kind of circle that would have if you're shooting straight down from 30 feet.
Is it a 6-foot
Line, not cone.
line? No.
Okay.
Cone.
Because if you did that, I'm like, I don't think you could angle that to not hit them.
Good. Just angle it real far that way.
If he's right here and he's shooting a cone straight down in 30 foot, he can't
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
this way. He would have to hit here.
Oh, that I see the dick of the where the dick of the
Yeah. Anyways, I got like a 30 in spell resistance. And they need reflex.
That will, like, overcome his spell resistance. Like Sonic Scoot. 15.
Cute.
It tells me my DC.
That's funny.
Yeah, it tells you the DC in your app.
Is it easy?
Soul leaves my mind.
Yeah, I did that earlier.
You can make it.
35 points of fire.
Owie!
Does it seem to do more?
He doesn't seem particularly invulnerable. He doesn't seem particularly vulnerable to it, but he also doesn't seem to like it.
Now I'll take 10 feet. Step back from the railing.
You're just gonna throw up on the guy that's
Yeah.
Right.
It's like I got CC roll back.
The dragon is still grappled by the net. Not super thrilled about that.
With the net not have caught fire.
It's almost as if the net was meant to grapple something, but it might don't. Also, I think you have to declare your attack into that. But if you're doing an area damage? Yeah!
Yeah, I'm just saying.
How much
Throw it up
damage do
there.
you do?
35.
If it's a magical net, you also have to roll to hit it. Or the astral, I say.
I'd be totally okay with it not catching on fire.
I'm okay with it
Yeah,
catching
I
on
guess
fire because that would be cool.
Kinda cool, like that.
Oh yeah, and it's gone.
Cool.
Magically treated and everything.
Really?
Because it has acid resistance, not
Not
fire
fire
resistance.
Brother.
The dragon spreads his wings, the net falling off in shards. He turns and looks at you as you're like,
You're about to be done.
no, and you step backwards. It seems the dragon is not interested in you gentlemen, and he's like, I'm gonna eat that thing.
Do it.
And we will pick it up there.
Oh boy.
Next time.
No.
Thank you very much for joining us, adventurers, and remember that this has been a good day to die. See ya.